haven't done this in a while, but finally get to use this voice. Skip. Stephen A. I'm back on TV. Skip. Stephen A. I'm back. I'm here to bust you up in these sports topics. Skip. Stephen A. Stephen A. The audacity, the gall, the blasphemy. So as you guys know, Shannon Sharpe made his debut on First Take, and I'm here to give my review of it. I'm actually shocked it came. Well, I'm not shocked. Everybody knew it was probably going to start today because football starts in a few days, Thursday night, which should be exciting. They talked about the Lions and the Chiefs. They talked about who's going to win MVP. They talked a little basketball too with the USA going against Lithuania, and it was pretty good. This show is pretty good. Listen. As everybody knows, Skip had his quote unquote all-star team out there with Richard Sherman and all these other guys and stuff like that. And it was, and I made my review of it, and it was pretty good. Now, granted, I'm gonna read these. I'm gonna read the views from Undisputed last week. So Undisputed debut Monday. Yes, Monday last week, and it only had 131,000 people tune into it. Only 131,000 people tune into it. For First Take on Monday, with just regular Stephen A. and Chris Russo and whoever else was on there, had 448,000 people tune into it. And then with Tuesday, Undisputed, Tuesday had 121,000 people tune in to First Take's 147,000 on First Take. And then on Wednesday, Undisputed had plummeted to 78,000 to First Take's 423,000. That's Undisputed. That's Skip Bayless' show. That's his all-star, right? Can you imagine what's going to be? Now, I don't know if they had it on TV today. I think they had it on TV today. Yeah, they had to have First Take on TV today. Can you imagine what the ratings are going to be today versus Undisputed? Can you just imagine? They might go up to 500,000 viewers. Bruh, listen. I liked Undisputed, and I liked Undisputed, and I liked the format of it. Mainly, I liked Undisputed because Skip didn't really say anything. But we know that's gonna change. Skip's ego is as big as a volcano, so he's probably gonna have a one-on-one session with Rich and Keyshawn, and maybe have a panel here and there. But I'm sorry, First Take, you delivered, bro. And also look out for this too. Shannon Sharpe's kind of getting off the Aaron Rodgers bandwagon. He used to be the biggest Aaron Rodgers fan. Now, granted, because Skip Bayless is an Aaron Rodgers hater. But now, Shannon's like, that's your boy, Stephen A. That's the bad man. So look out for that, especially with a lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. And the Jets are going to get a lot of media. And they're also in New York. I'm not shocked Shannon Sharpe's in New York. I thought they were going to do it by Zoom or by, not by Zoom. Well, yeah, by Zoom or something like that at first. And then Shannon might come in here and there. But he's actually in studio, which makes it even better. Molly Karam, listen, Molly, I'm not trying to take a dump over Molly, but there are some, and I know she does this a lot, but you have Stephen A. and Shannon Sharpe going at it. Can someone direct her to be quiet? Please? You got Stephen A. and Shannon Sharpe on the show. Can someone direct her to be quiet? My gosh, her just. Besides that, the show was great. The show was good. But look out for that. Shannon Sharpe might be the Aaron Rodgers hater to Stephen A's, Aaron Rodgers lover. They didn't talk about the Cowboys. I'm interested to see what they talk about with the Cowboys because, I want to see which one has to, quote, defend the Cowboys since they were both Cowboys haters throughout their whole career. And, they talked about, what else did they talk about? They said MVP was pretty good discussion. The whole show was pretty good. This debut was amazing. Unfortunately, I work when they're on, so I won't be able to see when they, when they go on and stuff like that. But you know what? It was a good show. I give Stephen A his credit. And also, Stephen A did something that, I think Skip Bayless had a problem of doing. I think Skip Bayless was kind of nervous of Shannon going to first take. So he's like, let me throw Richard and Keyshawn and Michael Irvin all on the same panel so we can have all this star power. You know what I'm saying? So people can tune in and they can see Rich and Sherman. Clearly it didn't work, as you saw the ratings. As I read the ratings off, their best highest show was 131,000 people tuned in. Stephen A actually went, it's going to be me and Shannon going at it. And we're going to see how that goes. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Me and Shannon, see how that goes. And it went amazing. It went amazing. And I can't wait for the football season to start. Also, I can't wait for the basketball season to start too. Anybody who watched Club Shay Shay, I think it was Saturday or Friday, whichever one it was. Stephen A and Shannon Sharpe, even though this debate is so hackneyed and so dumb, they talked about Jordan versus LeBron, but that's a bigger wide. I can't wait for the basketball topics. I can't wait for Shannon to talk about basketball, and I can't wait for Stephen A. Smith to talk about basketball. That's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be some fireworks. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I like the show. I think Shannon Sharpe fits. Come on. Who had any doubts this show wasn't gonna work? Who had any doubts this show was not gonna work? You have Stephen A and Shannon going at it. Everybody knew that was gonna work. Come on, bro. Shannon's the loudmouth football expert who knows some basketball, and then you got Stephen A who can't even play tetherball. But he knows this. Well, I want to say he knows his stuff, but he acts like he knows his stuff. He has sources. He's been around a lot, and he's another loudmouth. This is like the two uncles at the cookout going at each other about 80s basketball or 90s football, and or 2000s rap or something like that. This show was good. It was good, and it's gonna even come more and more and more. Entertainment. There's going to come more and more and more excitement, especially with football around the corner. They were going at it about the Lions and the Chiefs, and they brought up good points. Shannon Sharpe was saying, listen, the Chiefs could lose to the Lions because they don't have Chris Jones, and I think the defensive tackle that they drafted or signed got injured, so their defense is going to be a little wobbly. Also, Stephen A brought up good points saying, listen, it's the Lions. You can't trust in the Lions because anytime the Lions have expectations to be good, they always fall flat on their face. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Shannon Sharpe. I know I criticize Shannon Sharpe, justifiably so. I criticize him a lot, but he had to get the last few skips out of his system, as we saw. He was calling Stephen A. Skip. It's gonna turn. It's gonna turn this Steve. It's gonna turn Steve. You know what I'm saying? The MVP talk that they had about the NFL MVP. Shannon Sharpe picked Patrick Mahomes to win MVP, which how can you not pick him? How can you not pick him? But then Stephen A had an interesting take. He picked Lamar Jackson to come out and win MVP, which that might be an underdog. That's something to think about. I definitely have to talk about that with my co-host, CEO, who we tune into the Unfiltered Sports Podcast. I said First Take is the best sports TV show on TV. But the Unfiltered Sports Podcast on my channel every single Sunday, especially with football season coming up, is the best sports show, period, in history. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's no one can deny that who's tuned in, you know what I'm saying? But tune into that. But also, going back to this, First Take was good. Stephen A, gotta give you your credit. You brought in Shannon Sharpe, and this is like, it's like Kobe and Shaq right here. Like LeBron and Wade, Kyrie and LeBron. This is KD and Steph Curry. This is a great duo. And it's only scratching the surface because football starts on Thursday. So, that's my thoughts, man. What are yours? What's your thoughts on First Take? I think it's the best sports show with Shannon Sharpe right now on TV. Undisputed can't hold the candle, and honestly, nothing else can hold the candle. What's your thoughts on it? How do you think the show's going to go? How do you think What do you think about their thoughts on the football season and what they talked about on the show? And yeah, man, RJ out.